if you're interested in becoming the best version of yourself, you have to listen to this. There's one thing that you're going to be doing that's going to stop you from becoming the best version of yourself. And so, I mean, the opposite of becoming the best version of yourself is becoming like ordinary and not optimal, let's put it like that. And so the outcome of doing this one thing is that you're going to end up that way inevitably. So I had a conversation with someone yesterday about hamster wheels, optimize, sort of being able to see your behaviors and that framework, but actually how to use it. Because this person was kind of understood it in a logical sense, but the actual doing is the hardest part, you know, being able to see which hamster wheel is running. And so we were talking about one particular situation where they said, you know, they didn't feel good enough, something to do with sports and maybe not being picked as a child. And so the not enough came up. So we were talking and I explained how to see the hamster wheel. And then he said something just flippantly at the end of our conversation. And I often, when you're working with someone, you want to be listening at all times, because it's when they sort of not thinking too much and they switch off and they become themselves, that comes out. The signal comes out, or the huge clue to what they're actually struggling with comes out. And they said, you know, Rob, I just want to be the best version of myself. And so that seems like a good thing to have, right? You want to set your standard high. But when you look at the mind, that thought that came out, if you really observe it now, again, this is Rekking or Recon Special Forces level of watching the mind. If you really understand what being the best version of myself is, it means that the script is, in the future, I want to be the best version of myself, because right now I'm not. And so that script always runs that way. And what I mean by that, when that thought comes up, that thought has been there forever, since you're a little boy or girl. And whenever it plays, you feel inadequate and you start to go up the hamster wheel to be more able, to be more right, to gain more, to gain optimization, to be special, to achieve, because you're not enough as you are, not adequate. And so, again, you may be hearing this and saying, but I do want to be the best version of myself. Now, you know, as the Tao Te Ching would say, Lao Tzu, thousands of years ago, you do by non-doing. The way is in the non-doing. And so that script that runs feeds itself. It has to. So it pulls in experiences for you where you feel inadequate, and then you run the program and you go and run the defense program that makes you think that you're defending yourself. However, there's no time, there's no moment where you will feel you're optimal. It's the script that runs that makes you always feel that you're not and inadequate. So you try and gain, but you either go super hard, you're on the right, and then you crash over to the left where you're going to attract something that makes you feel completely inadequate, maybe a massive addiction, depression, and illness. That's the right side of it, because the energy's been built up so much. But if you're on the left, you're going to be, I need to be more optimal, and then you're going to go back feeling inadequate. It's inevitable that the driving force, the inadequacy, the worthlessness that created that script will send you up to make you try and be better, but you always come back to where you feel safe. So for a righty, on the right is being safe, and going to the left and feeling inadequate is massively dangerous, but they always go there. And for the lefty, going to the right and feeling adequate and optimal is actually dangerous. And that's the glitch. That's the glitch that everyone has to try and understand. And I'm talking everyone. Everyone has this 5 program operating system that's in their mind, and it controls them. So I suppose to keep going at this, but the main thing is that you create your reality. That script of, I think I said, what did I say? Being the best version of myself is being driven by inadequacy. The inadequacy is what you are, the frequency that you're putting out there. To change the frequency, become the best version of yourself, you have to watch the momentum and the play of the program. You don't start to do meditation and try and put out frequency where you gain. You don't use, self-help gurus like I'm amazing or discipline or fake it till you make it. That's all part of the centralized system. This is where it gets tricky. You have to watch the thought, I want to be the best version of myself, and understand it and understand all the mechanics of it. So in doing so, you dissolve it. And when you have no longer a mind where it keeps popping up, I need to be the best version of myself. Who are you? You are the best version of yourself. But that comes through non-doing. It popped into my head. This is one of the first times that I noticed this, but this is a long time ago. I didn't understand the mechanics. But I always remember when I was single, I wanted to, be special and be admired by women, be the best version of myself with women. But no women ever looked at me. But if I got drunk, well, it wouldn't happen. But the next day when I felt absolutely shit because I couldn't handle, alcohol really wrecked my physiology. It wasn't good for me, but that classic hangover where you can't think about anything. You kind of stumble into things and you look like shit and you don't care about anything because you're completely hungover. That's when I would attract women because I wasn't thinking. My programming wasn't there. My mind, there was no hamster wheel running. That's when I was my best version. So the mind tricks us into thinking that, by following the mind, we will become our best version of ourselves. But we won't. It just wrecks us. This ruins us. Yeah. So there's something, I wrote an email. If you want to get emails from me every day, they're really good. They're quick reminders about this work, and it really has an effect just reading them on your frequency and your conditioning. And I wrote about special reconnaissance, or in English you would say recce. Special forces say, let's recce something, let's go and observe it. Special forces in America would use recon, but it comes from the French word reconnaître, to know about. So this is special reconnaissance work. The only reconnaissance work you need to do to change yourself. And, I posted something on X today where there's this behavioral expert, and they're interviewing him because he's the top behavioral expert in the world. He knows all about behavior, and he's sitting there. He's completely obese. He looks like he's got non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, or maybe it's from alcohol, and he's there vaping. So there's this guy that knows all about behavior, but the space between him knowing about behavior and knowing his own, that is where I find that fascinating. I'm not judging him. I'm just explaining that this guy who knows everything about human behavior has no idea about his own. That is the highest form of intelligence is being able to observe your behavior without commenting, as Krishnamurti would say. So to the real intelligence is being able to change yourself. And that's my work. How to change yourself. How do I change myself? And it's this work that I'm talking about. So please share with someone if you thought this was useful and valuable. I do these videos because I think they're valuable and I want this stuff to go out there and always be out there. So in, when my kids are much older, they can look back and go, you know, my dad was into this stuff, which is, I think, the most valuable thing you can spend your time doing, because out of it, you create your reality. Yeah. Out of it, your children get conditioned. And I don't want my children to be conditioned by my stuff, you know, my limiting hamster wheels. So this is why I've taken full responsibility of mine, and I go special reconnaissance every day in order to reap the benefits, which is priceless. So I'll stop talking. Please like and share. Please subscribe. It helps my channel so much. Thanks so much, and talk to you all soon.